Hi, I am Kuma Speaks. Also, you can call me Megan. And I've been away a while. Exactly a month today, I checked last night. And so I thought I'd film, I thought I'd talk to you a wee bit, talk to you about where I've been, and also about the new show, well, somewhat new Netflix show, 13 Reasons Why. I watched it quite a while ago, but seems to have suddenly blown up as people are slowly starting to watch it, and I have quite a few issues with it as a show, so let's talk. So, first off, where have I been? Um, it is exam period, if you know, if you're at university, so I have been working towards my exams. My first handed is on Monday. I don't know when that'll be in comparison to when this is uploaded, but anyway. So I've been trying to work towards that, and it's Easter, so holidays, spend time with family. But on top of that, I am in a new relationship, so that's kind of got in the way of, like, editing and uploading. Like, I've recorded stuff, there's footage here of when I tried to do a vlog with him, but like, he's not very good at cooperating with the vlog. He doesn't really get it, and I mean, I can't blame him. He doesn't. YouTube isn't as such a big a part of his life as it is for, say, me or Sam. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm hoping to sort of sneak him into vlogs and things as we go, and hopefully you'll get to know him. But I don't know. We'll see. But that is my excuse. That's where I've been for the past month. I've been trying to spend time with him and meet and met his family, just, you know, the basic stuff. So hopefully this will change. Only got 2 weeks, and then that's me off for the summer. And then I'm going on holiday to Malta in a month, so I'm hoping to film that. And then after that, Sam is coming to Scotland to visit me, and I'm hoping to do a couple of collabs with him, maybe do some gaming videos. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm definitely gonna vlog his trip here, because we're gonna do all these things you can only do in Scotland, since he's never been to Scotland before. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do yet. I'll work it out, but you'll get to come along and do it with us, so that's exciting. Anyway, yeah. On to the main portion of this video, 13 Reasons Why, which is a new Netflix TV show. If you've not heard of it, I don't know where you've been. Are you living under a rock? You may have heard of it, but you may have not seen it. If you've not seen it, be aware for spoilers in this video, because I don't really care if you've... Like, I'm gonna express my opinion on it, and to do that I need to talk about what actually happened in it. Now, I'm talking about it because I have personal experience in this area. Don't want to go into too many details, maybe for a later date, but for now I don't think it's appropriate. And I took a few issues with this show, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like how it portrayed it. It's sort of, it didn't glamorise it, like, cause it shows you the actual act, and it's horrifying. Like, when you watch it, I was almost sick when watching it, which, I mean, I don't deal with blood very well, so that was probably why. But also, I don't like how they portrayed Hannah and people's reaction to what happened to Hannah, and here is why. So the show is following this guy Clay. He was in love with Hannah, and he receives 13 tapes expressing, like, it's from Hannah, and each tape is about a different person and is the reason why she committed suicide. And he has received the tapes because he is one of the people on the tapes, and so he is listening and finding out all these reasons why she killed herself. Now, first of all, it's too long. Like, each episode is an hour, and that is too long for show. Like, I mean, there's 13 episodes and they just go on a bit. Like, it's not like it's long time for a show, because I watch Sherlock and each episode is an hour and a half, and I never feel like it's an hour and a half, but I felt like I was like having to pay attention and I just didn't enjoy it. Like, it was too long. Each episode should have been like 45 minutes or even half an hour. Just needed reduced down that bit more so it was easier to watch. But then it did try and help develop the characters a bit, so I guess maybe it was good. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that feels like it was too long. I just feel like it was too long. Anyway, so Hannah is this girl who is bullied at school because she's a slut, and like basically everyone thinks she's a slut and that she's gone further with this guy than she actually has, and then one of her friends like puts her on this list that says she's the best ass in school, and it just goes downhill from there for her. It's not a great time for all involved. Like, people die. It's very dramatic. Like, her best friend gets raped, she gets raped. It's just, a lot happens. You have to watch it if you haven't watched it at this point. But her portrayal is so much so, like, she seems like a good person. She doesn't seem to have many flaws. Like, everything that happens to her, you're meant to feel very bad for her, like she didn't deserve it. And like, this is all good and well because obviously she didn't deserve any of these things to happen to her, but she's not perfect. Nobody is. And I hated the fact that she was expressed as perfect. And it got to the point with the show where you almost felt like her committing suicide was the right thing to do. Like, that was her only option, that she had to do it, like, and that it was a good thing that she did it. Like, she was free. And that's a very unhealthy message to be giving teenagers, which is the main audience of the show. That's how I know it's blown up so much. It's all over Facebook because all these teenagers are watching it. And that's not healthy. Nobody, like, if terrible things are happening to you, tell someone. Like, don't just tell your guidance counsellor, because that's the other thing. She did tell someone. She told her guidance teacher, and her guidance teacher didn't help. And like, first of all, from my experience, guidance teachers are useless. They'll just tell you to ignore the issue. I mean, you might be lucky, you might have a great guidance counsellor, but from my experience, guidance counsellors are terrible. Go to an actual counsellor, call up Samaritan's helpline, I'll link it down below. Call someone, talk to a friend. Like, I mean, your friends can't help you because you've got to be aware that this will impact them as well. They are not a substitute for a counsellor, but tell your parents. Tell someone other than a school counsellor, because they're not usually trained in how to deal with it. They're usually just a teacher that has been picked out at random. Pick someone who is professional to talk to about this. But that's the other thing. It was never expressed the impact her actual death had on the people around her properly. Like, they were so paranoid about the tapes and getting in trouble from the tapes and making sure that Clay didn't rat them out, that, like, you never knew how they felt about it. Like, was there a funeral? We don't know. Who attended the funeral? We don't know. Like, I don't know the reason why they decided to exclude that part. Like, because her parents are trying to work out who her friends are, and surely if they had a funeral, her friends would have attended the funeral, and if they didn't, why not? Because the tapes weren't out then. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. And instead of supporting each other through this, they were too busy making sure that none of them got implicated in her death. And, I mean, I understand why this was a concern, but realistically, if someone has killed themselves, like, and they did good, like, they did well in one respect, in the fact that Alex attempted to kill himself afterwards. We don't know if he's alive or not. And, like, realistically, that would happen. The rates of suicide go up. Like, the chances of it go up when someone else has committed suicide in the area, because the impact is so huge on those people. Like, and they did not express this at all. If someone kills themselves, that's a big deal. It impacts everyone in the society. It makes people treat people differently. It makes people more supportive of their friends. It makes them care more about their feelings and who they are. And that was never expressed in the school. And that really gets to me. Nobody seemed to care much about Clay and how he was dealing with it. Like, his mum kind of asked him a couple of times. But, like, he would be really suffering. So would everyone else who were on those tapes. And the fact she accused them of being the reason she killed herself is awful as well. Like, you're meant to feel like they all deserve it and that they're all horrible people, and they're not. They're humans. We all make mistakes. And all of them would already be blaming themselves, like, because even if they hadn't done anything, if they knew her and they were close to her, they would be blaming themselves. The parents are blaming themselves. Clay would have already been blaming himself. They don't need to then be told it's their fault. That's horrifying and would make them want to kill themselves. Is that what she wanted? Who knows? And the other thing that gets to me is that she didn't leave anything for the parents. The parents had no clue why she did it, and she had a good relationship with her parents. Why wouldn't she say something? Why wouldn't she leave them a note? Why, or a tape, since she was recording tapes anyway? That really gets to me that this is how they portrayed it. She doesn't seem like a good person to me. Yet everyone's saying, oh, she deserved better. And yeah, sure, we all deserve better. A lot of the people who were on the tapes had other things going on in their lives. They were suffering just as much as she was, and yet they didn't do it. And, like, that's not what I'm saying. That sounds terrible, but we need to express that this was not the only solution for her. She wasn't a perfect person. She shouldn't have even recorded those tapes. That was horrible and really damaging herself. She was just as bad as they were for recording those tapes. I just have so many issues with this show and how they portrayed this. It was very damaging. It was scary that they've now made it into something that seems okay. And I'm glad that it's got popular because it's at least raising awareness that this is an issue. But then it's also become a massive joke amongst the community. Everyone's like, oh, well, you didn't give me the last chip. Welcome to your tape. Like, I mean, that's not funny. Stop it. Like, stupid. But, I mean, come on, guys. Think about the people who are alive and think about how hard it is. Like, we see Clay struggling a little bit, but he's not the only one there who would be struggling. And I think that needs to be explored more. This is not an easy thing to deal with. And for the people around her, it's going to be very tough, not just for the fact that they've been accused of her death and, like, blamed completely, but also, like, death is not an easy thing to cope with. And I think that's an important message that needs to be put out there. It's just as damaging for the people around you as the person who commits suicide. And, like, I once read a quote that was from a parent of a girl who'd committed suicide, and I've never felt something sum up how I felt so perfectly. Suicide doesn't get rid of the pain. It just passes the pain to someone else. And this show would have been so much better if it expressed that. Not just to the mother, but to everyone else. That was my opinion on 13 Reasons Why. I'll see you maybe after my exams. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Letters to Megan, letters to Megan, letters to Megan.